Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Banner Saga. We are making our way slowly to the west as we've left the Skjogr, was it? Skjogr, on our way to Frostveller because our town was attacked. The chieftain died during the escape and now everyone's kind of looking to us to lead. So let's leave this small town we found on the way and head back onto the trail. Oh, we can zoom in. That's cool. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogun, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogun. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostveller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogun, he screams. What's going on? Town leader. These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skjogr. I'll have you both gutted before I let you leave the... before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. So, you've got a town, dredger en route. Some of the people have been sort of riled up with the idea to travel with us. And you've got a town leader saying he forbids it. I think they should have the right to leave if they want. But also I'm nervous about two individuals who have a tendency to rile up people if they don't like the way things are going. Because that could potentially lead to them riling up our camp. Which would be bad. If they don't like how I'm leading things. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Let your people decide on their own. I don't want anything to do with this, or just say nothing. I mean, to some extent, I agree that the people should be allowed to decide on their own. I don't know how good your fortifications are if you have means to protect them. I think I'm going to say nothing. This is up to the town, what they decide to do. If people want to follow us, I'm not necessarily against them joining, if they're capable. If they're just mouths to feed, supplies are a rare commodity. But, yeah, I'm just going to say nothing, and they can decide amongst themselves what they do. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogun, but you got two choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogun, what do you say? Though it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogun draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogun. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Settle this yourselves, don't get involved. I won't kill men for defending their homes, side with the villagers. However, let's make this a fair fight, side with the brothers. Ugh. I don't like this at all. We don't know enough about the situation to just suddenly jump in and start killing. Killing dredge is fine, but killing people just because they're scared of the situation, the brothers scared to be in a village that's potentially going to get destroyed by dredge, the chieftain here and the other villagers scared that they won't be able to support their village if a bunch of the people leave. And we certainly can't take everyone from this village with us. I mean, kind of, it's not our place to get involved. They both have valid sides. And I don't really want to kill either side, because neither one is necessarily wrong. Though the town leader makes it sound like these are regular troublemakers. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. Settle this yourselves. I'm not going to get involved. You step back as one of the thugs lunges forward and is caught in the ribs by Hogan's axe. The air soon rings with the sound of screams and axe heads against shields. 4 men lie dead on the ground before the others run. You hurt Mogan? No, we should have done that years ago. Nah, can't go around killing for no good reason. This was a good reason. The brothers head back into the village, and soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. Hogan introduces you to his young son and wife. All grins, unconcerned about the fact that you never agreed to let them come. You don't bother arguing. Before long, you set out again. Yeah, I think that's a fine way of handling it. They had their fight in town. They worked it out amongst themselves. And those who wanted to come with, I'm not opposed to. But I didn't think us showing up into the town and then attacking the townspeople to force them to let people leave felt like it'd be a sketchy direction to go. 84 more clansmen and only 11 fighters. Some supplies, but we're losing 5 supplies per day now. Let marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleif approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleif has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skjogir. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you chieftain now? I don't know. Guess I'll have to find out later. It looks that way. I'm gonna go with it looks that way. I kind of like the I don't know. Because part of me thinks that someone needs to accept the responsibility. And I don't think we're necessarily happy about or comfortable with the fact that that's been thrust onto us. But we'll survive better as a group if someone takes up the mantle. And it seems to be that people are deciding us, so we might as well accept it. It looks that way. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleif has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skjogir throughout the years, just as it is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of the banner about your family is short, but it has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge leaving home, and why didn't you stop those men from killing each other in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. It wasn't my decision to make. I didn't want blood on my hands. It was the best of some bad options. All 3 are great answers. All 3 are correct, actually. It wasn't my decision to make. It was between them and their village. I didn't want the blood on my hands. And it was the best of some bad options. But I think I'm going to go with it wasn't my decision to make. Of the 3, I mean, the best of bad options is also good. It was the best of some bad options. deciding what happens to other people, I'm glad I'm not you. I wouldn't know what to do. It's not exactly my calling either. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skjogr is your burden now. I mean, can you even call it the story of Skjogr when Skjogr is gone? Burned to the ground, essentially? Well, let's talk to her. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman? What does that even mean? I never cared for that expression. It means you're going to be okay. People look up to you, or, I think it means people look up to you. For better or for worse. And maybe as an individual, you don't even know why you're put into the position of being a strong person to carry the town. But for whatever it is, people look up to you. Even if you don't necessarily think that you deserve that position. So people look up to you. And don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. That strikes me as odd. If she's been training our daughter, you would think we'd be more connected to her. You asked me to come find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. Why me? Your family, you should carry it. What would you have done? Or just, Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. And they won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. And I think they would follow you. I would vouch for you. You're probably right, or just, These one line like, oh, answers. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? So there's a very patriarchal view in this society. So even if our clan trusted her to lead as the chieftain's wife, it wouldn't work as soon as we found a different clan to interact with, who would just see her as some woman. And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us, I think this is what has to happen. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. I'll do my best. I rely on you. Oh. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've heard, or the sweetest. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Morale improved. Cool, we're at good morale. I don't think we have a need to rest here. So let's just continue on. I assume we're going to get to a combat at some point. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak to you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place as one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. So we'd be keeping the clansmen, but just reducing our fighters' number. That's a rough sell. But warning others in the area makes sense. Wish the fighters well. Send them off with extra supplies. I don't know. Remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive out there on your own? Tell them they're needed here. I mean, kind of you are free to do as you please. I'm not going to force you to stay here with our group. Do we leave them with extra supplies? It's dangerous, but I think it increases the chance of them making it back and of them being able to help the others that they're warning. But we only have 13 days more supplies. But 13 days is a reasonable amount of time. I guess I don't know how many supplies this is going to use up. If it's too much, that's real bad. But I think I'm going to send them off with extra supplies, just to help them out. I could just wish them well. But no, we'll send them off with extra supplies and hope it doesn't drain our supplies too much. If that's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say. Grabbing a few items from a supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men class wrists with you before departing. So we're at 13. Lost 8 fighters, lost only 3 supplies. We're good. Okay. Complaints of Raffensvarter's excessive drinking have resurfaced. He's the one who got into a brawl and broke someone's bone. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarter's leg before leading him to you. Okay. Punish him physically. Ban him from camping near others in the future, or this man drinks nothing but water from now on. So, yeah, we tied him up to let him sober out last time. Clearly that wasn't sufficient. We could give more physical punishment, but I don't know that that's necessarily going to stop him. He's already been in a brawl. And I don't know how much worse our punishment would be than just the punishment he got in that brawl. Or being lit on fire. You know, in a couple of days, once he's forgotten the pain of whatever punishment, he'll just go back to drinking and cause the same problem. I think we need to just say, no, you are now banned from drinks. Deal with it. You get nothing but water from now on. And we're going to have to enforce that. Raffensvarter groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow, you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarter manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. See, that's not what I said. I said he doesn't get to drink. If he ends up causing more trouble because he's gotten himself drunk again, we're gonna have to dish out some serious Raffensvarter again. Dredge, shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarter, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvarter. We can banish him, let the clansmen deliver justice, or we're going to ready ourselves against Dredge just in case. While it's possible that he's staggering towards us because he's drunk and there isn't actually any Dredge, I'd rather be ready just in case. Maybe he's staggering because he's scared, because he actually saw Dredge. We're gonna ready ourselves against Dredge just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes, with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensvarder bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffensvarder goes missing. Nobody searches for him, or seems to mind. Wow, dude. Wow. So we just wasted a day. Probably wasted a day of supplies. Likely tanked morale. Because I doubt that counted as just a rest where we would boost morale. And he just got himself killed. Likely. Yep, morale declined. Morale declined again. Lost the clansman. What an idiot.
A strong, thriving city. The walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Okay, so they've got some serious walls here. That's good. At least walls around the longhouse, and then a second set of walls around the town, it looks like. Though there are tents that are not protected. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Too many refugees from nearby, and so they've just locked down the town. Ugh. So this isn't going to be a long-term stop. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotzbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. The chieftain of Frostvellir has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Getting in the walls somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in there. Let's lay low for now. See what happens. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. I want to know more about what's going on in there. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get the gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. Yeah, if Dredge are coming, tearing down the gates is probably not the start we want. I wasn't going to break it. Just push really hard. Okay. So we could just go to the gate. Let's check out the market first. We've got 47 renown. They've got 21 supplies available. +2 armor, +1 will per rest. As a level 1 item. So that's not will per turn. Oh, will per rest probably means that if we rest on a turn, we get a will back. Gotcha. So this is a healing item to get our willpower back. That's what the other will per... or strength per rest and armor per rest that we saw earlier would have meant. Is that in combat, when we rest, meaning we don't take an action, we would get back the thing in question. 20% dodge strength. Still don't know what that means. And +2 strength. Very good, but it's a level 5 item and another level 5 item. +2 strength resist, or 2 strength resist. +1 will per kill. Probably not going to buy any of that. We'll just buy all the supplies. Yeah. I don't think there's anything to do at our heroes. Yeah, no one can level up. Oh, we've got Hogan and Mogan. Alright. So one of you has 8 armor and 10 strength, and the other has 10 armor and 8 strength. You have the same abilities. Bloody Flail. Character strikes multiple times, randomly hitting his opponent for 1 strength or 1 armor damage. Okay. On the last hit, Bloody Flail does damage equal to 1 plus 1 for each ally standing adjacent to him. This last hit will randomly deal strength or armor. Bloody Flail does direct damage, making it useful even when the character is near death. For this reason, it also does a great job of taking out wounded enemies who still have a lot of armor by bypassing it completely. So currently it would do 4 strikes of random 1 point to armor or strength. And then Shield Wall. By standing next to an ally, the character creates a shield wall, raising the armor of both by 1. Okay, so that's what the other guy had, of just standing near. You raise your allies by 1 armor. And your brother, Mogan, also has Bloody Flail and Shield Wall. So same abilities, just one of you is more focused on strength and the other is more focused on armor. Cool. And no one's level 3, so we can't equip this yet. I guess now we go to the gate. Don't think there's any value in resting. I think the gate is where we're going to get that more information that we were hoping for. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered in the trodden bloody space in front of the doors. Trodden and bloody, that's not a good description. Several pincushion bodies lie unclaimed as though they simply belong there. So the guards have just been shooting refugees that get too close to the gate. If that's what I'm understanding there. Archers on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. However, did you really expect to push those gates open? Find out more from the guard. Shout at the guards on the wall. Leave the gates and try something else. Let's find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple of days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there, too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Let's shout up at the guards. We're from Skjoger. Open the gates, you shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. Archers on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. Okay, give it a shot. We're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Yeah. Let's leave the gates and try something else. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest houses, says Oddleif, pointing. Maybe we can find help there. Or at least make ourselves useful. Okay, so if we go to the rest houses, that's not necessarily us resting, because our morale's fine. We don't necessarily need to rest. You spend the whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in the great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Alette. We could help them. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Tend to the wounded, settle in for the long haul, rest for a day, or leave and try something else. And we might just need to move on. The idea of just pushing in, trying to forcibly get in there, even if we manage to get our people in there, they're not going to accept us. And how many of the people who live in this town would we be killing to just try and commandeer the town for ourselves? It doesn't feel good to me. I mean, ultimately, we're probably going to have to make bad choices to try and protect our people because we care about our people more than other people, but killing innocents just because they have a better home and we'd like their home doesn't feel right. Let's tend to the wounded while we're here. Alette and Oddleif spend the day along with others in your caravan, treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I've heard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Oddleaf tells you. Would be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Wait and ambush the next cart. Wait and confront them. Or leave the food cart alone. Yeah, if we hijack a food cart, it would be a way in, but they almost certainly would stop sending food out after seeing that it was a risk by getting people in. By confront, are we talking battle or just talking? Probably means battle. Let's leave the food cart alone for now. Maybe we can come back to that idea if we need to. I want to see if we can come up with any other options. Hopefully options that aren't as violent. Let's leave the food cart alone. I don't want to get involved if others are going to suffer for it, you say. You return to what you were doing. Do we settle in for the long haul? Ugh. We know that dredge are coming. And we've been told that these hills are going to run red when the dredge get here. That's the terminology they used. Basically, if we're not in walls, everyone out here is going to die. I don't see how resting for a day helps us. But we could still boost our morale a bit, so I don't think it would be a loss. Settle in for the long haul, I think, is essentially just us agreeing to be out here when the dredge arrives, which feels real bad. Let's try something else. You put the clamor of the rest houses behind you. I still think we should be getting in that city, says Ivor, spying the gates on the hill. Yeah, is there really no other option? Market doesn't give us anything else we can work with. Heroes doesn't open up any new options. I think it is going to come down to either we attack the gate, or we attack the cart, or we wait here for the dredge while we are exposed. And it doesn't seem like there's an option to just say, screw it, we're just going to keep moving. Because that's kind of what I'm thinking. This area is clearly overrun with dredge. I don't think this town is sufficient. Let's just keep going. See if we can find somewhere safer. Let's try the gate again. Anything different? No. We go back to rest. Oh, we can't even do the cart anymore. By not choosing to do it then, we've just lost that choice. That's bad. Same, we can't attack the gates anymore. I think we are stuck with rest or for settle in for the long haul because we didn't take those options. Ooh. Let's rest for a day and see. Okay. You take the opportunity to rest. The caravan eats, talks with others, and feels a little better in general. Everyone but Ivor, who is anxious about being out in the open. Late in the day, you notice a crowd forming around a man, shouting about something. Let's investigate the commotion. The commotion is turning into an angry mob, who are becoming ever more furious about being kept out of the city. You overhear them talking about attacking the archers on the walls and breaking through the gate. Hogan and Mogan join in and fan the rising flames. Of course they do. I won't let my family die in the field. In a field like dogs, shouts Hogan. He turns to you. Do this thing, Rook. We need you again. Oh, dude. So Hogan and Mogan aren't our people. They're not from Skjogir. They just joined us after starting a rebellion in their own town, and now they're starting a rebellion here. Like, they're problem individuals. I'm going to ask them not to go. I don't think... Attacking the town doesn't feel like the right call. So, yeah, ask them not to go. Better we beg you not to stay, says Hogan. We'll not wait out here another day. Despite your protests, they join the growing mob, heading towards the gates. You guys are gonna die. Archers on the city wall don't hesitate to fling arrows at them, and many fall immediately, the rest powerless to do anything to the gates. Soon the disillusioned mob has been scattered, with nothing to show for it but dead bodies, amongst which you spot 2 red tunics filled with arrows. You curse and turn away. Yeah. I don't think there was any good in us joining that. So Hogan and Mogan, I think, have just died. And I don't think there's anything else we can do. We just keep resting for days? A day passes without incident. I think we just need to settle in for the long haul. I hate it. We're going to be out here when the dredge arrives. I wish we could just leave. This town is a lost cause. Settle in for the long haul. We're doing it. After a long day of argument, you all finally agree to digging in with the other refugees, if you have to. Are you sure there's no other option? Asked Ivor. Sooner or later, the dredge will come. Probably sooner. I mean, at this point, if the cart was available, I'd take it. But it's not. I didn't realize that not taking it immediately removed that option. All we can do is be ready. You settle in. You're not sure how long, but you know it's the best you can do for now. Little did they sleep. Chapter 3. Oh. So bad. Oh, are we going back to this group? Hey, Con, we're back. I was able to get as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons, extra supplies too. You perk up, just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hey, Con. I heard you. What were you saying? Sorry, just tired. Go on. Yeah, what were you saying? I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. That's good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, a man named Eirik. Eirik? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to go over it unless... We'll have to get over it unless he wants a dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping your mouth, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Luden? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. The right, Luden, return to Strand, go home. Luden makes his own decisions. Vognir's dead, there's no reason to stay. I mean, there's truth to that. I mean, Luden makes his own decisions, that's correct. But also, with Vognir dead, why is he still here? Because it's a peace mission or alliance between Luden and Vognir. Vognir's dead, there's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died, so the alliance is over? Kinda. He has a point. As Vognir's Kender, you have the same responsibilities, Hakon. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Luden turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Luden won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Luden get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors? Hakon? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside and dredge bodies. Tell them we don't stop till Schlid is retaken. Be cautious, no more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Okay, we're gonna end this episode here. Next time we will pick up from here, go through these conversations, and then head out with this team. Yeah. 65 days of supplies. Nice. Have a well-funded army. Great morale. 466 varl and 185 fighters. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys then. Bye.